Alright guys, quick little show on these headlights. A lot of people asking questions about them, mainly the beam pattern, the light output. These are the, you know what, I can't remember the brand name. I'll put a link to where I bought them from in the description. I think they can be found on Amazon and eBay. I actually got mine off of eBay. They're right around about 300 bucks. And I chose them because of the single projector style high-low beam setting. Instead of having two separate bulbs, it's one bulb and it just has a shroud that pops up to go from high to low beam. But I am running Morimoto 6000K 35 watt bulbs and the Morimoto XB35 ballasts on them. I put LEDs here for what's also supposed to be amber for the running light. I actually disabled that, so it's just a pure white ring for the running light, but this still functions amber for the turn signal. And yeah, I just got done aiming them. When I first installed them, they were really pointed down, and it's terrible at night. But just pulled the front bumper all back off again, did some aiming, and I think I got it pretty dialed in. I also at the same time installed some LED fog lights, which I'll get to those in a second. But I want to show you the fire up of these guys. I made an adapter harness to go from the GM micro relay to a full size, like a 4 or 5 pin relay. And the reason I did that is to put a time delay relay in its place. I've had experiences in the past with HIDs. When you go to start the vehicle, the LEDs kick, or I'm sorry, the HID headlights kick on automatically when you turn the key. Then when you go to start the vehicle, you know, it reduces power because you're cranking the engine over, and one of the lights will flicker out and not power back on. The time delay relay, basically, as soon as it sees power on from the key, it doesn't kick the lights on right away. So you have basically 10 seconds to start the vehicle after you turn the key before it will kick the lights on. So I'll show you that actually here in action. So I'm going to go in here to the headlight switch, and I'm just going to turn the headlights on, and you'll notice that right away the headlights will not turn on. So turning the headlights on, 3, 2, 1, now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and my headlights go. There we go. Automatically 10-second delay. So, like I said, these are 6000K bulbs. They're pretty blue when you first ignite them, but they warm up pretty quick, being that they're, you know, decent ballast and bulbs. Now the beam pattern on these is comparable to an OEM projector, I guess I would say, like, well, an OEM halogen. But it's definitely not as crisp as, say, like a Morimoto, like a Mini H1 or something like that. But it is pretty decent. I feel like I got the color matched pretty close. This would probably be, it's hard to tell on camera. It would probably be closer if I would have just go to 4300K bulbs instead of 6000. But it's not that off. But like I said, here's the beam pattern. Of course, they're not even. I don't think, anyways. Yeah, let me come over here. This is the driver's side, as you can see, where it comes and steps up. Same thing on the passenger side. Comes over and steps up. As you can see, it's a little bit higher here than here. I think the projector is slightly rotated. Not much. It's not bad. It's not a big deal to me, because you can see it starts down here in line with the seam of my garage and gradually works its way up. But at least it's going up that way and not up that way, so it's not going to blind oncoming traffic. And any of you lighting audiophiles, that's a completely different word. What would you call that? Headlight aficionados. If you're familiar with projectors, you're familiar with the color shift that happens right at the cutoff. The driver's side has a great color shift. Passenger side, kind of non-existent, except maybe right here in the hot spot. But I can actually demonstrate this. You can see the blue hue there, that color shift, when you actually come down here and slowly get down into the beam. The light will shift blue before it gets to pure white. So it's kind of a neat little thing. It just looks, honestly, it just looks neat to oncoming traffic. There's no real purpose to it. But it's just a side effect of the cutoff in the beam and the wavelengths and all that. Like I said, the passenger side doesn't really do it. It just pretty much goes bright. But the driver's side's got a neat little blue color shift going on once you get into the beam. I think that's kind of neat. Again, totally useless, but looks cool. Like I said, so that's the beam pattern of just the headlights. Now I'm going to shut those off, and I'm going to kick on the LED fog lights. So as you can see, they're nice and flat. This one, the driver's side or passenger side's got a little bit of a curve to it. I was actually nosed up a little closer. They're pretty much aimed dead. Well, this one might be a little low now actually, but these are super easy to adjust with a Phillips head screwdriver. The headlights not so much. You got to pull the whole front bumper off and get an 8mm and turn and adjust your screws, and it's not fun. But anyways, that's the fog lights, and the color on those is almost a dead match to the LED ring around the headlights. So that's a nice little addition, nice little plus. Get in on these. Of course, they're dirty because I've been driving with it all week, but they got a nice little cutoff too, I guess, or a color shift, I guess. But not really what I'm after, just after a flat beam pattern. And just quick for giggles. Actually, I do want to show this. I'm going to go back to just these LED rings around the headlights. And I know that camera doesn't do it justice, and phones pick up light in weird ways, but hang on, I'm going to shut these back off if I can manage to do it. Alright, so look at how bright just those rings are. That is just those rings. That's crazy. Now, granted, they're just running lights, but still, I mean, wow. So, actually, my headlight should kick on any second now, because I put them in auto. So that should kick on, and I'm just going to, for instance, give you a example of the headlights and fog lights on any second. 10-second delay, gotta wait for. Did I put it on? Oh no, I just turned the parking lights on. I've been waiting here forever. Okay, headlights going right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Look at there. 10-second on the dot. Turn our fog lights on. So that's the beam pattern with both. You can see the fog lights flat across the bottom and the headlights here. So that's the setup. The LED daytime running light / projector headlights and LED fog lights combined. Pretty good light output, if I have to say so. Gets pretty good distance throw on them. And aside from that, I mean, come on, that just looks nasty. So hopefully that clears up any questions. Or answers any questions that any of you guys might have about these. I really like them. I've only had them on for a week now. First time driving, they were pointed down. Like I said, I really couldn't judge too much about the light output, but hoping to do some more nighttime driving with them now that I got them aimed, and I should be much more pleased with them. But I appreciate you watching. See you.